So welcome back to stage 3 of the Rex Miller office makeover. I'm turning this into a studio because this is the new normal. Instead of dabbling in this whole recession, coronavirus is causing me to jump in with both feet. And I really couldn't do it without the help of Luke Asper with Asper Studios. He helped me first do a proof of concept, which you've seen some previous videos, helped me with the lighting, helped me use the equipment I had, which was an iPhone and a DJI Pocket. Those were good, but seeing what's out there and the direction I'm going in, we're stepping it up. So today you're seeing the office cleaned up in stage 3. There's still more work to be done. Behind me, there's a whiteboard, needs a wood frame, so I've got the carpenter doing that this week. So stage 4 should be a nice completed office, but for today, we're gonna walk you through the equipment I received this week. We stepped it up. The equipment all came this week, and this is what the office looks like with normal lighting. Just like that, this is what my office looks like with just a lighting change. I've got 2 generic LED lights, one in front of me, one behind me, but as you see in the back is still very highlighted. The new lighting we're going to have is really going to bring that kind of studio look and separate me from that back. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Now all I've got here are these 2 LED lights front and back, and then the Philips hues, which I have dimmed, and then with a little bit of an app, Luke has had me to put these back into a blue light at about 30%. I'm not going to get all the name of the equipment right, but we'll have a list for you. And we'll also have a list of the equipment I had before, because that was fine for a lot of the work I was doing on LinkedIn. But now I'm doing online courses, converting all my content into courses on a platform called Teachable. So huge learning curve, very excited. So let's get into unpacking some of the equipment and see what phase 3 will look like. So one of the first pieces of equipment that arrived this week is the Sony a6400. So when we looked at camera options, this was the best quality for the price that we found. So I'm excited about this. So let me open up the box here and let's see what we got. And there's going to be a battery pack in here that we want to charge while we're doing this, so we might be able to actually show a final. Boy, this is a small camera, but it is heavy. Nice. So this is the a6400. So I will set this right here. So when it's unboxed and ready to charge, the battery goes in the camera, and there's a little lock that unlocks it. Close that up, and then lock it. And then we're going to plug this in. We'll come back and demo it. So I've got the Sigma 16mm f1.4, which essentially means that it's going to allow me to have a nice close-up and blur the background. It's also designed for this particular Sony, so it's got the Sony E mount. So let's take a look at this thing, and we're going to open it up right now. All right. So lens in hand, and we've got a little shade that goes on it to help it focus even better. So we'll put all of this together. You'll see the final product in a future iteration here. So with the Sony camera, I also need a card that can process 4K. So right here we've got the SanDisk. It's 64 gigabyte. It handles the processing feed and the amount of memory I'm going to need to process 4K. So let's take a look at the mic that Luke recommended. It's the Rode Video Mic Me, and the reason is for the price. It's the best one to go with, and also it's lightweight. We're going to have all this equipment on armature, so it's key that we have something easy and lightweight to work with. I've also got an extension cable, so we're all set to go. We've got the sound, we've got the camera, so now we're going to start looking at the other elements of my new studio desk. So now we're going to look at the light that Luke says will transform me, make me look younger and better looking. So I'm up for that. Right now, the current light I have, you can see the shadow as I move my hand back and forth. And so this particular light will take away that shadow. I'm also using diffusers that are paper towels. So what we have here is a setup. It comes in this carrying case. And then these are the elements that we will construct. So this is basically the items I need to create a frame for this. And then when we put it all together, it attaches by Velcro, which you can hear and see. So part of the key to this is the size of the light that will be over me. And then we can dial the temperature of the light with this little gadget here. We can also use color. Then for a diffuser, it's got this little shade that acts as a diffuser. I'm excited because I saw how much just a little bit of improvement in lighting made. And you'll notice in this new world of Zoom that we're in, all the environments, you get backlight, window light, person's faded out, they're too dark. Lighting in this new world is one of the key elements that make it compelling and engaging. Bad lighting just is a bad experience. So this is not expensive, but it's a huge part of making this a more professional looking production. So some of the key accessories you need, because I'm shooting 4K video, my hard drive isn't going to be able to handle it, nor is my Dropbox. One, it'll be way too slow. So Luke suggested that I get the Lacy 4 terabyte USB compatible hard drive. So I've got this, I'm ready to go. A couple other things that I learned this week too is that if you're on Zoom, I found that my Wi-Fi was in and out. So what Luke suggested I do is I go directly to my router with an Ethernet cable. So I did that. I got a 25-foot cable, but I also got an Ethernet adapter. I also found that I needed a splitter. This is the AUMOX splitter because I've got several items now directly off my router. So these are just some basic things. They're not very expensive, but they will also up the quality of your video conferences and make it easier if you're shooting any video. I bought 3 display arms. We won't show you all of them. I'll just give you one example. Here's the instruction book. These are going to be mounted to the front of my desk to hold the lighting, to hold the camera equipment and the microphone so I can maneuver them around. They're actually monitor arms that we're converting. All those instructions will be attached to the video. We'll give you all the equipment, all the cost, plus show you the instructions on how to use and build those things. So we're set to go. We're going to pause for now, begin building, and then come back and show you where we're at. Luke and I have finished stage 3. It took about 2 hours to assemble everything, and then another hour working with the lighting adjustments, testing the camera, seeing how it works. We had to make a few pivots. The pivot is we're not using the microphone here at this point. We're using the Rode Go mic, and it works great. And this will allow me to actually go to the whiteboard and get that all set up. I'm comparing the lighting between my Sony and the DJI. What you'll notice immediately is the Sony picks up in low light, keeps great clarity, and then blurs the background so I have that studio effect. The DJI, on the other hand, needs more light to work, and it works fine in more light. So I will do that right now, and we'll see how the DJI comes back to life with a little more light. All right, so there you have it. That's the comparison. And stay tuned for stage 4 next week. We'll be working out some of the bugs. We're going through our learning curve. And I hope this is helping you see what it takes to set up your own home studio. So there's a stage 4. Stage 4 is getting the back and the whiteboard finished. And then stage 5 is getting a cam link so I can go directly from my camera into Zoom and have this kind of quality of experience on the Zoom. So stay tuned because we've got 2 more stages left. If you need any help at all, Luke Asper has posted everything we've got. We've got the video here to help you. He's got links for instructions. He's got the low cost, use your iPhone version. He's got the mid-range cost where we use the DJI Pocket Osmo, and now we've got this next step up. So thank you and stay tuned.